decisions as an artist?
That's interesting, because I had a conversation about this with my peoples recently in the house. I feel like my ultimate goal has nothing to do with my music or like my art or anything like that in that type of way. My ultimate goal really would be to have like the freedom to have unlimited access to the planet.
That's fascinating.
Unlimited access to the entire planet. Walk into whatever building I want to walk into, go to whatever country I want to go into whenever I want to go over there. Have unlimited access to every part of everything that has to do with this society, the planet. That goal for me sets a high standard, you know what I'm saying? So if my goal is that high that I want to have that type of access to the planet, there's not many people, if any, that have that type of access to the planet or will ever have it. But it gives me so much space to have to keep growing and keep learning more and keep doing more and it keeps me hungry.
That's so fascinating. That reminds me of something
That's what helps with the music though, in that sense. That's how it coincides with the music, because then it motivates me to do this, because what I'm doing with this is a small piece of getting there. You know what I'm saying?
It's super fascinating to me. You remind me of something I heard Kanye say. I mean, I don't know how you feel about Kanye, but...
I fuck with Kanye.
Okay, so he said he wants to get to a place where he no longer needs money and just be able to go everywhere. And I wonder, is that what you mean, or do you mean just like permission, ownership?
I feel like, for example, I was sitting with a woman friend of mine. We were in New York. We were looking over the Hudson River into Jersey City. And there's like these bunch of new condos and all types of things on the skyline now and stuff like that. I'm like, damn, we're from Jersey City, you know what I'm saying? We're from Hudson County. We lived there our whole lives. I can't walk in that building. Not without them stopping me and telling me, you can't do this, you can't do that. Or I can't go to the roof, I can't look at the view. There's certain things that are just outside of the scope of what we're able to do in our own cities even, you know what I'm saying? People are privatizing all types of things. It's like, having an outrageous goal, like I want to go in that building, I want to go to this, I want to go over here. It's like, all right, there's so many things I have to do in order to maintain or get into that type of space to be able to have that type of freedom, you know what I mean? That means I have to make more money, right? I have to focus more on my responsibilities and handle the things that are going to get me there, you know what I'm saying? Rather than focusing on all the problems and the things that are dragging me back this way. It's like, nah, focus on these things, because I want that. I can't get that if I focus on this. It just puts things in perspective for me easier.
It's That's super fascinating, because I guess what you're saying at its essence there is like to build yourself enough to the point where no one's blocking you.
Yeah. And that doesn't mean that I even want to be in that building or in that meeting, like how we were talking about earlier. Yeah. I don't necessarily care to be in that room or care to be there, but the fact that I can't bothers me. It's like, nah, you can't tell me what I can and cannot do. I'm gonna do what I want, like that.
And I feel like that kind of like emboldenment, that empowerment, have you ever felt like that made other people uncomfortable?
I feel like I make people uncomfortable sometimes, yeah.
Because I feel like the program teaches people to be more docile.
I do try, like in my, like now, as opposed to what I was 10 years ago, I was more out front and like in people's faces with what I'm saying and thinking. I'm more reserved about my words, my thoughts, and how I feel and things like that. I'll save it for if it's necessary.
What do you think inspired that change?
Learning, just experience, going through experiences with different people, different artists, different things in life, you know what I'm saying? And my experience tells me to shut up. Shut up, Key, you know what I'm saying? Just listen more, be more observant in that way, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like time and age brings that.
Yeah, for sure.
Because in my own personal life, I think...
Not always age, I guess, because I know people that are older than... They're fucking, yeah. I don't want to say stupid, but you know, that stay in a level of like ignorance that they either knowingly stay in or don't have the information to get out of. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta say, I'm hearing a significantly more healed Bohiti today?
I mean, I feel better. I have my life is different. It's not what it was 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Even 4 years ago, I was dealing with like a lot of people, a lot of things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear there's like there's an energy of like forgiveness and
Mm-hmm.
understanding in your voice. Like I don't hear animosity towards the past nor the future.
Right.
I hear a more calmer Kibohidi. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta say it's an interesting thing to witness because we've lived dynamically different lives, but I find myself as at the age of 9, I'm 36 now, I'm in that same space.
Yeah.
I feel a lot more calmer and more relaxed in my own energy. Where I feel like in the past, my own energy building up would make me be more active in ways that maybe didn't serve me.
I would, 100%. I feel like I had to have more understanding and forgiveness. I mean, as I grow, I tell my people this all the time. Sometimes I'm around people and I hear them say things, or I watch them do things that remind me of myself. And it's like everybody who I talk to and everybody who I come across becomes a mirror. And it's like I could see the faults in myself and the things I was doing that were crazy. Like, not crazy in the sense of like, oh shit, I'm losing my mind, but I didn't have to take it that far, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have to speak like this or do things in that manner, you know what I'm saying? So I see it today in other people,
Yeah.
and it makes me check myself today. I can't do that anymore. I can't talk like that. I can't speak like that. I can't be like that. I have to be more open about this, or I have to, because when I watch other people do it, it seems off. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, that's ugly. Why are you behaving like that? Why are you speaking like that? And then I was like, damn, I was doing the same thing. So it's like,
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Like what I was saying, like I feel like time kind of has this way of just like imbuing us with that kind of like wisdom just through sheer experience.
yeah, I
And
just want to say you just got to go through it. There's no other way.
and
Some people get it, some people won't.
and I kind of feel like sometimes when you're in the process of it, it's kind of like a drug, and you're like intoxicated on that energy. That as I've aged, I felt like a more sober viewpoint on things.
Yeah.
You mean not realizing, and so when I see the younger generation too, just much like you, I see things. I'm like, I don't know if I would say that like that, even though I know I've taken that position before.
No, word up. Same.
And it's weird. It's a little weird, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, like, I can cringe at things sometimes. It's just like, oh.
I feel like being around a lot of younger artists showed me a lot, to be honest, and it taught me a lot. It taught me how to be more patient. Like sometimes I forget, and I just even in life, like I not assume, but I just treat it like everybody knows what I know, or feels what I feel, or sees what I see, and I'll behave as such rather than having a view like this person probably never been through this before in their lives to even learn this type of lesson or ever seen something like this, or like, or maybe I haven't seen something over there, so I'm having a misunderstanding. You know what I mean? That's another thing too, taking a lot of accountability and responsibility for my own things. You know what I'm saying? My own actions, my own mouth, my own thoughts, and things like that. It's like, all right, too, I gotta check myself, and it helps me to deal with people differently even today. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I rather keep myself away from certain things, or I like to engage in certain things that are different from what I used to engage in the past. You know what I'm saying?
That's such an interesting thing. Yeah, I'm fascinated by you because the last time we did this, like I said, you've been an evolved person since the moment I met you the first time, right? I feel like I'm catching you now at different stages, and that's interesting because I think it's a representative of how much when you're young you think you know everything that you could know at any one moment.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Then time teaches you there's still so much more to know.
I was just talking about that. See, we have these conversations. It's like I watch people say things with conviction, like they know and mean what they say, and they probably do mean what they say, but don't fully understand. But you say with such conviction, and it's like you know that you can be wrong, right? Like you know that there's another thought process that could come up later, and the things that you're saying now, that when you think about it, you're like, oh shit, I was saying that shit like it was like live or die on that, but it's like, oh no, but my mind changed. We have to leave that room for ourselves to grow in that way. It's like, let's not speak with so much conviction about everything that we're going through right now. That's why I say that I try to shut up a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? Because I can say things that I'm gonna have a change of heart about later, you know what I'm saying? It's like, for what? Just be quiet about it, keep it to myself, analyze it, and that's a new process, you know what I'm saying? Even with my music, I used to do my music faster. I take forever with my music now. But I was like, I have to think about it first before I put it out. You know what I'm saying? I have to hear it 100,000 times. I show it to other people, you know? There's a whole process behind me putting out the songs and the music. There's more care and attention, to be honest. I feel like anything you love, you should have more care and attention with. So everything in that aspect, especially yourself. More time, care, attention, and love for yourself helps you give it to everybody else.
For sure. And I think it's important to keep that in mind too, especially now in this hyper social media society that we're in, where like anything you say has a domino effect.
Yeah, 100%.
Both positive and negative. So like if you're saying things with such conviction and you have a following, but you're like not all the way guided on what you're saying, you could send people to go through shit.
Of course.
Trying to.
Bro, I have that sentiment with the record Fuck 12. I was like, I don't want to perform this song no more. I thought about my verse. I was like, damn, I meant that shit. But at the same time, it's mad ignorant to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, God forbid somebody really listen to what I said on that record and go down and kill a cop and then they go to jail. And then it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, there's a piece of my influence in that influenced somebody to do some stupid shit that I wouldn't even want them to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not performing this song. I could have said that in a different way. I could have said fuck the police in a way that made sense logically, and a solution behind it. You know what I'm saying? Rather than to just be highly aggressive about it and cause people to go crazy and ruckus and riot and shit.
You know what's interesting? That makes me feel, what would we have found out of Pac if he got to live to be 30?
A more mature man, probably.
I feel like it's kind of like that energy, right?
Yeah.
But like,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I do feel like I still be angry and still have like those things, but I express it differently. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I mean.
Try not to be so ignorant about it.
That's what I mean. Just like you said it, what was true for you at that time, you said it.
Yeah.
And in time, gave you perspective.
Yeah, hell yeah.